Okay, so here's the story on this video. This is literally my 6th attempt at doing this video, and it's not like I just did 6 attempts today. This has been a video in the making for the last 6 months. So let me just really super quickly explain what's been going on. I've been wanting to make this video for a very long time, and I'm going to combine these videos that everybody does about the 5 things they love about their car, the 5 things they hate about their car, blah blah blah. Because a lot of the, if you've seen my other video where I was in the 1990, oh, by the way, hi, jerks. God, I suck at this. Today I'm in the 2016, and I'm just sort of driving around because I'm going to try to make this video for the 6th time. And I can't say that word 6th. There's something weird with my mouth. I can't say the word 6th. Anyway, so really quickly, here's what happened. About 4, 5, 6 months ago, I tried to make this video before I even had the 1990, and I wanted to talk about the things that I was disappointed about with this car. And my setup that I had at that point, I wasn't satisfied with the audio. Fine. I mean, I'm not going to make a shitty video for you guys to listen to. I'm just not going to do it because I've listened to so many other shitty videos when it's so easy to get yourself a little lapel microphone and a little recorder and really make good sounding video. I mean, even in this convertible with the top down and I'm going, I don't know, 40, 45, you're probably hearing me very clearly. And if you're not, then I'm going to have a 7th attempt to make this fucking video. All right, so 2nd attempt, I had the audio all figured out, except I put my big camera on my 2 suction cup mount. I was like, I don't need the 3rd suction cup, whatever, suction cup. And because this car vibrates a little bit, the camera was vibrating the entire time and the video looked shitty. So I'm not going to do that either. I'm not going to put together a video where the video looks jumpy and shitty. I'm just not going to do it. I don't want to give you guys a headache. I've seen videos that look like shit, and I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that just puts out anything because it's Tuesday. Actually, no, today's Monday. Anyway, attempt number 3, I forgot to format the card in the Gitmo, the GitUp. So I keep calling it a Gitmo every single fucking time. So the memory card ran out of space, and then it shut off. So it shut off halfway through the video I was making. 4th attempt, kind of the exact same thing happened, except with I forgot to press the button. This is so fucking stupid. I forgot to press the button on my little recorder. So right now I see numbers rolling, which means I'm actually recording. So good on me. Then the 5th time, whatever happened, I don't know what exactly happened, but the way this works is you plug the microphone in here, that's under my shirt right there, and that's why you're not getting crazy wind noise. For whatever reason, it didn't go in all the way, so the only microphone that was picking me up talking was the actual microphone on this thing, and it sounded like shit, obviously, because it was in a convertible car. So here I am, version 6. Let's start this goddamn video because these are the things that I want to talk about. So I'm going to start with the 5 things that I really love about this car, the 2016 Mazda MX-5. Number 1 is the styling. Oh my God, is this a beautiful car? It is just from the day I saw the very first pictures of it, and this was probably in February of 2015. I was just like, oh my God, that's gorgeous. They really did an absolutely fantastic job with this, how it looks. Every angle is beautiful. Every line is just sharp and gorgeous and blends into the next. If I had to complain about one little thing, it's just the rear end is a little rounded and soft, but I gotta be honest, man, it is a gorgeous looking car. And yeah, so I fell in love with it the very first time I saw it. Number 2 is probably the pickup. This car goes, man, and although it's only got 155 horsepower, it is right at about 2,300 pounds. So when I step on the gas, the fucking thing goes. Nothing like my 1990. I have to practically give that car a blowjob in order to motivate it to get off the line. Now, obviously, there's things I need to do to that car to help it along, and a new clutch is certainly going to help, but this car is so much more responsive and quicker than the NA is. Third thing that I really like has got to be the stereo system. It rocks, and it rocks my face off. I can turn it up all the way. Normally, I've not had a very favorable record with Bose in a car. My old Acura had a Bose system, and it basically sucked. But this car, it just sounds clear. It sounds clear at highway speeds. It sounds bassy. It sounds full. Surrounding my head with music. It's such a good job with making it sound great. And lucky they did, because the infotainment system is also one of the things I hate about the car, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Fourth thing that I really love about this car, probably the top. Now, I know that the top is, it's just, it's a top, but it's always down. I love it because it's so easy to put up and down. And if I wasn't going 40, if I was only going like 25, I would put it up right now, because you can do that up to about 30 miles an hour. You just hit the latch, pull it over, snap it in, and you're done. I can literally do it in 3 seconds, which is pretty awesome. I mean, especially if it starts to rain, or you just decide, hey, it's too sunny, my head's getting hot, let me put this up super fast. So really love the top, how easy it is to put up and down. Gone are the days of wrecking your rotator cuff by reaching all the way into the back of the deck lid to kind of accordion up the old style tops. All right, and the last thing I'll say that I really love about this car has got to be the interior. The interior, they thought of everything that I would need as a driver and left pretty much everything else out of it. So they've definitely modernized the interior. The materials that they use are really, really nice. The steering wheel feels amazing. The seats are great. There's just enough bolstering in the seats where you're not going to fall out of them, and it's minimalistic, yet it has everything that I could possibly want in an interior. I wish I could have a complaint about the interior. I don't really. I mean, sort of storage space, which will blend in, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But, to be honest, from the inside out, this car is just beautiful, and I really enjoy existing inside of it and actually looking at it from the outside. So I gotta say, I'm extremely happy with this car. I can't say that I love it like I love the 1990, but that's for entirely different reasons. Just the experience that I've had with the 1990 to create a vehicle that I love, that's the reason why I love it. And I've never been a person to love cars and to care that much about cars, but suddenly I do with that 1990. All right, well, let's now talk about the 5 things I kind of hate about this car. The first thing that I hated about this car was the fact that it was a brand new design, a brand new car basically, and it's not really fair because very, very few people are ever going to run into this situation, and it's not fair because it's not specific to a Miata or an MX-5 or whatever you want to call this car. It's that I wrecked it the day after I got it, and almost nobody's going to do that with any brand new car, but if you do, it'll suck because getting parts, replacement parts for your brand new car is just, it's difficult. They just don't have the parts, especially with a car that they're not planning on selling 500,000 of them in this year, So I had to wait about 5 weeks for all of the parts to come in from Japan or wherever they were ordering them from to put this car back together and get it fixed and get me back on the road, which, sucks after waiting for literally months. I mean, I ordered this car a long time before I took delivery on it, about 3 months. And, you know, I was certain that I wanted this car well before that. So just the waiting to finally get the car and then drive it for 2 hours and then crash it and then send it off and then not get to drive it for another 5-6 weeks. It was just excruciating. It sucked so bad. But again, that's not a specific problem with the Miata, the MX-5. I don't know why I do that, but screw it. It's just, that's something that happened and that sucked. So maybe that one shouldn't count, but I'm counting it. Number 2, it kind of blends into number 2, and I don't know if this is a good thing, but I think it's a bad thing, and it's the 26 years of regulation between the 1990 when this car was first introduced and the car as I drive it today. The U.S. government and world governments really, but mostly U.S. government led the force on this. Is there's just the safety features on this car and the safety, what do you call it? The safety, this car feels too safe, if that's even possible. So you have these, and maybe that's going to blend into the next point, the next thing that I don't like about the car, and that is the visibility. So 2 and 3 are going to kind of go together here. So when I look over my shoulder, all I kind of see are these big giant rollover protection bars, the big high seats. This windshield is pushed back quite a bit into the cabin. So your visibility is actually far less than you would think in a wide open convertible top. So, you know, you look back there and all you see is the seat. You look through the rear view mirror, and unless you have it just set perfectly and you remove the wind blocker, I forget what they call that thing, wind diffuser, something like that, which I have removed because it was in my way. I didn't feel like looking at it. You feel like you're just kind of in a car with a big sunroof, and that's not really what I wanted in a MX-5, which basically led to the decision to get the 1990. Yeah, so visibility kind of blows when you compare it to the expectations that I had for the car. Now, visibility is obviously better than most cars. You can't really see where you're backing up though, so a backup camera would have been nice. So that blends into point number 4, and that is this infotainment system. It should have had a backup camera. It would have been super easy to have one and to stick one in, because Mazda is making all of their, well, not all of them, but they're making a lot, they're branding a lot of stuff. So this thing that sits on the dashboard right here that you can't see because the camera's not pointed at it, it's like a 7-inch tablet, and it just sort of sits on what would otherwise be a very clean, very flat dashboard, very reminiscent of the NA, the NA6 that I have. You know, it doesn't even, you can't see where, there's no like bump where the passenger airbag would be coming out of or anything like that. So you have this little thing sticking out of here, and some people think it might be distracting. It's not. You kind of forget that it's there after 10 minutes of driving, but at first glance, it's right there, it's in the way, and it's kind of annoying. Now, as I said, the stereo system rocks, and it's a good thing that it does, because if it didn't, there's absolutely no place at all to put aftermarket in here. There is nothing. Right below this screen is a vent, and right below that is the HVAC controls, and right below that is, I guess, some USB stuff and a little tiny hole to put your phone, I guess. So if it didn't rock, I'd be fucked. However, it does. It does rock pretty well. So speaking of that cubby, I guess that goes right into number 5 thing that I don't like about this car, and that's the storage space. Now, obviously, you're not expecting tons of storage space in an MX-5 or any convertible 2-door of this small size, but It doesn't even have a regular glove box under the passenger knees. The glove box is right back here in between the seats, and it's like a hole. It's not a very big hole. So you can put some stuff in it, but not a whole lot of stuff. And then you also have this little armrest thing, which is tiny. I mean, you can basically get a pair of sunglasses in there as long as you don't put them in a case. So these sunglasses will fit. These sunglasses with their case wouldn't fit. And then a couple of bucks and maybe some business cards and stuff like that. Now there are there's nothing in the doors at all. You get about 1.25 inches at its widest armrest. So I don't know whose arms are gonna fit on that thing. But yeah, so that's storage in the MX-5. Now, behind each seat, there is a secret little compartment for each side, and it's really just a plastic cover you can drop down, and it's lined with some thin carpet-like material. I have a USB cable in there for my phone, which is dying, and I should have been using it right now. And I also have a cup holder. And the cup holder is interesting because there are it comes with 2 cup holders, and they're removable, and they go into these 2 little slots right behind where your elbow goes when you're driving and shifting. So not the best place for cups and cup holders, because even if you put cup holders back there, to actually get them, you have to kind of do some yoga to twist your arm around to grab it out of there. So you can remove it, and then there's a little slot here in the passenger footwell side of the center console stack where you can stick the cup holder in there. That's generally where I put mine, and it seems to work out pretty well. So basically, that's the 5 things that I hate about the car. As like a 5A to help combat the lack of parts and stuff like that, I guess the just the feeling that I didn't get, or I don't get when I drive this car as opposed to when I drive the 1990. I am rarely over 4,000 RPM in this car. Since I started driving it, this car has a computer in it, and since I've started driving it, I've been getting 36.3 miles to the gallon. And that tells you 2 things. One, this car is amazing on gas. I mean, if I go anywhere over 30 miles, 40 miles, I'll take this car as opposed to either of my other 2, because it's that much better on gas. And the stereo system is awesome. So it makes the drive very pleasurable. But it also means that I drive it like a grandma. I'm not pushing it. I'm not making it do what it's been built to do. And I'm a moron. You know, I bought the most expensive one I could. I got the sports package, not sports package, it's called the Club Edition, but I bought the very, very expensive add-ons of the BBS wheels, the Brembo brakes, and the Bilstein shocks. So, I mean, I bought it to be almost like autocross track ready, and I don't think this will ever see a track, just because I'm not that type of a driver. And even if I were, I don't know if I would want to track this car. I might track the other car, the 1990. So I guess that's just a little explanation as to what this car is, what it means to me, why I drive it and don't drive it. And I'm going around a really cool corner here. This is going to be nice and tight. Oh, that feels okay. So that brings back some of the reason I couldn't take it nearly as fast as I wanted to, because I have things that'll fly around inside the car at the moment. This is the car I'll take out on dates if I ever get one. And this is the car that I'll drive to Tennessee to visit a friend, just for the comfort aspect of it and the gas mileage. So there you have it. I'm gonna stop talking now. I've went way too long, and I will catch you on the next video. I really hope this one looks and sounds good, because I don't want to do this a 7th time. Catch you later, jerks.